Stick around for the first episode of The Intersection, where our guest will be n0trixx.
Hey, it's me, n0trixx. Stick around.
Welcome to The Intersection, where life and art collide. I'm your host, punk rock pop, Leigh Pierce. And on today's very first inaugural episode, we are lucky enough to have n0trixx joining us. Thank you so much for being here. Could you give us a quick introduction? Let the people know who you are.
Of course. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be your first guest on this very podcast. My name is n0trixx. I'm a one-woman band. I'm a music producer and a person who lives with dissociative identity disorder. So all the music that I make is about mental health, and my project is also about mental health. So it's wonderful to be here with you today to discuss some of that component of art and music.
I mean, good art. Well, even bad art, though, it either if it isn't inspiring feelings, it is feelings. That's why a lot of artists get into art, whether it's music or film or painting, is a way of getting what's inside them out. Even if it's not something they're struggling with, sometimes that struggle is just you got something in your head and it's annoying and you need to get it out. It's not as much of a mental health thing as like I want to see what this looks like or what this sounds like. So I think when people sometimes try to separate that, and you see that a lot in the pop music, the overproduced, there's 12 writers for one song, and it loses that where artists, especially like you're putting all of yourself into your music. So how long have you been making music?
All my life, but also the last 5 or 6 years, I've been doing production. So I first started learning production before COVID. There's so many people who started doing that when COVID hit. Instead, I started Ableton in February 2020, but that was like exactly before lockdowns hit. So yeah, that marked a new era in my relationship with music, because now there is never any boundaries between me and the things that I want to create. That's also sometimes annoying, because a limitation is sometimes good for your output. I sometimes struggle with the fact that I can't stick to a single genre, but that also is something that helps me stand out, I guess. I do feel people are sometimes getting bored of repetition, especially now when AI is creating music, and there are so many people who would just create something very generic and repeating the same patterns that worked over and over again. I, on the other hand, just do whatever I want. Like on one track, I feel like this needs to be trance, I will make trance. I feel this needs to be rap, it will be rap. And yeah, I'm all over the place with what I create.
Not have boundaries like that though, because I mean it opens you up for anything you want to create you can do. And then also like when it comes to booking shows, if you've got whatever your support actor, if you're supporting and you need to have more hip hop or you need more electro or you need more just trap metal, like you can do that because you are all those things. You can, and you can pull it off. Well, not even pull it off, that's not giving you enough credit. You excel at all of them, honestly. You're a fantastic musician. I really do like your stuff.
Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, whenever I'm asked about genres, what I try to explain is the thing that drives my music is my mental health issues, my experiences with all of those things that are troubling me, and also I'm heavily inspired by horror films or video games, and all that together is about making the things that I feel in my head, that I'm inspired by, all of those things that I feel so strongly, how they would feel in music sonically, how they should sound. And so right now I'm actually in the middle of promoting a new album, a debut LP, where every single song is a different mental health issue. So when I started writing it, 3 or 4 songs in, I realized that I have material that where every single song is already about a different mental health issue, and I realized that's something I haven't seen anywhere, and it doesn't seem like anyone has ever done before. And that's something that I can do, because I don't think that, I don't know, narcissism would sound the same as autism, or things like that. They all need to sound differently. They all can't sound just metal. It would be just weird. Whereas making them all sound like different genres, different mixture of different sounds, so going from the idea into the musical execution, as opposed to going from musical execution into the idea, that's what drove me to the end result. And it is, I guess, very, very interesting to experience now that it's a finished product.
When you write like that, and especially where you're each like you said, each track is about a different mental health struggle or diagnosis, whatever you want, or however you want to refer it. When you go and head into each of those, do you try to almost pinpoint that in yourself and try to get that out? Or how do you, like you said, each track symbolizes something else? Did you write those intentionally, and did you try to do it from that perspective? Or like, give me a little like input on how you did that.
So I am a very, I consider myself a very empathetic person. So that means I do feel what other people might feel, or at least that's, I feel like I understand how they feel, right? So in some cases, for instance, with dementia, I fortunately have never experienced it in my life. I do know people who struggle with that condition, but not as much to be able to fully feel how they feel. But there was some footage that I found on YouTube, a story of a person who struggled with dementia, and as a result of his meltdown, he brutally murdered his wife. That struck me, and it struck me only because I felt it's so important that people see things like these and they understand that mental health is so extremely important. The things that our brains can do to us, it is something that you cannot underestimate. You need to take care of this. The way that we take care of our physical health, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. We go to doctors, we try to make sure that our hearts don't stop. We need to also take the same care of our brains, to take rest, to make sure that we know what's going on with us, and give ourselves, like, take it easy, and give ourselves the care that we need. This is of paramount importance, because that can bring some really devastating consequences. So that was dementia, for instance. The other one, the only track on the album, so there's 11 tracks, well, minus intro and outro, it would be 9. So 9 tracks, each one is about mental health issues, and only one of them was actually written particularly because I wanted that very mental health issue there. That was autism. That's because I wrote the whole album, I felt I finished it, and then I'm like, there's no autism. What the hell? Like, there are so many people who I personally know and sympathize with, and those people that I love that struggle with autism, and I don't have a track about it. I don't know why exactly, it just didn't hit me at the right time. But then I found a way. I just basically interviewed those people. I talked to them. I asked them everything about it. I made my research just to find a way to put their mental health issue in sound. And well, it's up to our listeners to decide whether I pulled it off or not. But though the people who I talk to say that it does sound great and it does represent them.
Excited to hear that one. My youngest son, he's 19, he's autistic, and that so I did the stay-at-home dad thing for over 10 years. I ran
Whoa.
support groups. I worked on a county health board for and stuff. So and one then also I have a lot of friends in the autism community as well, and then plus our mutual friends, FMA 12 gauge. So I'm really interested to hear that track. That's going to be really cool. I can't.
I
Is that
interview
who?
them,
I was gonna say, is that who you talk to? I kind of figured.
including them, yeah.
They will be my second guest. I have them coming on next week. So I'm really excited about that. They're fun to sit down and talk to. We have a meeting every few weeks because they're one of my clients. And I could talk to those two all day. They're so fun and high energy and especially when they get comfortable and they're just unmasked and it's really fun to see people just that happy and just, they're something else.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
So, when you say you use your music as therapy, it's kind of what we're talking about. Was there a time that you realized that's what it was, or did you seek music out as a form of therapy?
Whoa. Yeah, that was um, destiny. So basically, the first time ever I thought I felt I want to pursue music as a career was when I was a teenager and I lost my father. And I was listening to the same song on repeat by Linkin Park, and Chester Bennington basically saved me then. And it felt so beautiful to have support from someone that you have never seen or known before, but having that whole support that you need so much. And that's when I realized that, damn, this is so worth living, doing something like that for someone else. And later on in life, there was a big turbulence in my life due to one of my mental health conditions, and that came back to me. Basically, a mission that I have not fulfilled, and something that I could do for the world, basically. I'm also Buddhist, so I do believe that there's a mission for each one of us, not just living there just for ourselves, but also leaving some imprint on the world, a good imprint on the world. And the only thing I believe I can really do, the thing that I can really do well, is speaking through music and using my platform to help people. That's something I believe in, and that's something turns out I can actually really do. And so, yeah, that was 4 years ago. I became full-time musician. Also, destiny, also life pointed me in this direction, because when the war broke in my country and I couldn't stay silent any longer, I started writing anti-war songs, and that basically led me to have to leave and have to lose my job, because I worked at the government company. So altogether, all the circumstances, that me talking about it right now sounds like, oh yeah, it was just like fun and games and just like so many things wrapped around it. But yeah, it was tough. It was inexplicably tough, because I also have two kids and I'm a single mother. So you can imagine leaving for nowhere. Like I just left just to protect them because I got in trouble with the government, um, because of my beliefs and because of my values, and having to end up in the middle of nowhere, like literally in a village in Turkey where I don't speak the language, all alone, with no support and no one looking out for me. I just knew something happens to me and my kids are in huge trouble. So yeah, all that was 2 years before I moved here, where in the UK I am supported, and there are quite a few people looking out for me, particularly because we speak the same language. But this now I'm in a safe place, but back then for 2 years it was such a massive challenge. Lots of very, very powerful songs came out of that too, because it was quite a struggle. One of the songs on the album, which is about depression and suicide, was written there. I don't think I would have written something that powerful here in the safe place. Yeah, so that's, I guess, a little wrap up of my path to where I am right now.
It's a good lead into one of my questions too, because when you have, oh, excuse me, any type of outlet, any creative outlet, whether it's crafting or it's music and art, what anytime you have an outlet for your mental health, it can become a fine line, especially if you're real creative that pours everything into their projects. Has there, obviously, because of safety reasons, there was a time that it became kind of detrimental to you. But since you've gotten to literally a physically safe location to live now, has there been a time that putting yourself into the music has become detrimental to your mental health, or has it always stayed a positive outlet for you?
Yeah, it's always been a positive one. I still, to this day, I feel like that's the only thing that can keep me from really bad things. So, I mean, there are people who use journaling and then become writers. They use journaling for their mental health outlet, which I think is one of the most effective tools for mental health struggles. As soon as you put something on paper, it's kind of, you are able to leave it out of your mind, and so music is journaling for me. Is just like a little bit more of a it's almost like journaling with doodles that you can color. It's just that I color in notes and sounds.
Oh, and like you said, journaling, and I can't stress enough to people. This actually came up on an old show I did, but physically get out pencil and paper and write these things out. It's not just like getting on your phone and keeping a phone journal. You don't realize your don't connect to your brain the way holding a writing tool
That's true.
does. You can sit there. I don't know how many times I'll send a text and an hour later I won't remember if I even talked to the person.
Yeah.
These machines are making us dumber because it's making our brains lazy. You sit down and write the stuff out, physically write it, because you're gonna feel more doing it, and it's a better connection to what you're putting out there as well. As far as for me, I know, and I've got piles of papers I've never even looked at again because that wasn't the point. The point was to put it on the paper. And I
Yeah.
know that helps way more than getting on and keeping a digital journal. Maybe on a laptop be a little bit different if you're typing something up as a journal, but you can't beat just a pen or pencil in a notebook. For me, for my mental health, I've always got tattoo. I've always got a pen in my hand because it's when I do my best
Wow.
thinking and I could do my best feeling. And that one hurt and it was totally worth it. But so yeah, what about when so it is therapy for you then. So do you use that whether you're writing time or if it's you're doing your depending upon what stage in the project, whether it's writing, recording, or mixing, do you kind of use that as a scheduled therapy time, especially if you're a single mom, everything is scheduled. So, it's got to be Tuesday from 9 to 10, I could do this. So, do you try to plan your day around that? So, it's not just you're working on the music, that's part of your therapy for the week.
Oh, unfortunately, things are not that easy. You know that these days musicians are jack of all trades. In like it can be in like to some extent, it can be to a bigger extent. In my case, I am such a jack of all trades. It's absolutely crazy. I do enjoy the fact that I am so involved in my project that so I do everything from, I don't know, doing my own hairstyle, braids and stuff like that, so hairdressing, to gig lights right here, like programming gig lights, to videography, video editing. So I have a professional camera and editing software and everything. So that's where I could just get absorbed for a whole week without leaving the project. Production yet again. So like the whole range of things, and obviously marketing. And obviously content making, and obviously social media management. All of that is still in one person, and sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes I feel like I am definitely not doing myself a big favor, not expanding my team and delegating those things, outsourcing those things to other people. But sometimes I just feel like at this very point in time, this is the right thing to do, because I am the one who knows what's the best for my project. And given that, unfortunately, there are very, very long periods of time where I don't have the access to, I don't have the luxury of putting myself into music. I even more so, I just ban myself from doing that. I just know that it would be extremely frustrating. So one of the most frustrating things, especially as a mom too, is when I start a music project on Friday and then the weekend hits and I don't have a single minute to work on my project and my brain is there and I want everything to go away. That literally is what happens. People who know me, they know that when I am writing music, I am in a very different state from right now. So I would have all unkempt hair, all dressed as a hobo, not like a mad scientist. I wouldn't care to talk to anyone. I wouldn't care to be making any content. Social media can go to hell. Like, I'm absolutely not keeping up with anything. I'm radio silent everywhere. I'm in my process, and when the weekend hits and I have to do something else, that pisses me off, really pisses me off. Now, right now, I am in promotion cycle and I am in preparations for a tour, which I guess by the release of this episode will be done with. But it's a 12 show tour, so it's a massive amount of work to be able to be ready for all of that. And so with that amount of pressure over my shoulders, I can't afford the luxury of just sitting down and be absorbed in the project. I have such a massive need to write one song that I already have all the ideas for. Is just killing me inside my head, and I'm just saying, no, the tour is over. I'll have a little bit of a breather, then I sit down and I will do it. And I will do it in one go, possibly like really quickly. Whereas if now I started, I will send everyone to hell and I will get frustrated with myself because nothing will get done. So that's how unfortunately it goes. No therapy for me right now. I am finding other ways to take care of myself. journaling included, long walks. If I ever feel like I am having too much, and there have been moments of burnout, really severe burnout over the past month, I just make sure to use those that don't get me absorbed and absolutely thrown off any other functions that I have to fulfill.
Yeah, I feel you on that way because I own my own business. I'm the only one. It's me, but so I get the thing, a man in many hats. So it's like one day, or even it won't even be a day. I'll try to set like, okay, today I'm writing marketing plans. Okay, so
Yep.
tomorrow I'll be working one on one with clients. Then I'll be content creating. Then I'll be host. Then I'll be, and I've still got my own music projects and books and stuff I'm working on too. And it's because you can't do it, even when you're doing it all yourself. I can't be like, okay, well, I'm gonna write and do this project till it's done and do it step by step that day. It's like you got to be just one aspect of that. For sometimes you're like, oh, I could do a day of, like you said, I'll be able to do a day of the booking and stuff, getting things ready, and then tomorrow I'll be able to write. Nope, now it's Thursday, now it's Friday, you're still handling the booking stuff, and you're still wearing that hat. Especially when you're a parent as well, that's always the most important hat, because then everything gets dropped, because that is what's important, and that's okay. So it's not like that's a bad thing. I mean, we've all been where they're like, oh my God, could they be quiet for an hour?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if anyone that says they don't, they're a freaking liar, because everybody is like that. So I totally feel that, especially if it's something like you, same thing. I've got 3 projects I'm so excited to work on. I don't even have 2 of them jotted down as a note. So if I get hit in the head, I'm gonna forget those, and they're just gone. I haven't even taken time to make a note in my phone about some projects I want to do, and I've got the entire thing done. It's all up here. I just need like 4 days to sit down, and I could do the entire thing. I haven't even noted that the project is going to exist yet. So I feel you on that. When you do get like that, you said journaling helps. Is there anything else that you do that is always like, if something's not working, you're like, okay, if I do this, this will center me and get me, at least, if not back to square one, at least to manageable stress level and anxiety, if that's even a thing anymore.
Well, I have been trying quite a few things, researching and finding out what works for me. And yeah, like I said, journaling is number one, is something that manages to get things out of my head. Taking walks, I have noticed, and dancing, by the way. I've noticed that whenever I get stuck in my head, I lose touch with physical reality of me. I literally don't even remember that I have a body. Like, it just doesn't exist to me. I can't even remember that there is my physical form. And going back to the physical form is through taking walks, and it's through dancing. So listening to my favorite music and trying to dance to it. That is something that helps. And as obvious as it is, as like mundane, gym, again bringing back the physical form.
Yeah, that mind body connection really is important. And I mean, sometimes it could be something as simple as going for a walk or meditating, or I mean, I've even myself, it'll be like, I just need to do like 5 push-ups to make sure my everything is where is attached. Like, because I'll
Yeah,
get that where I'm working on a
yeah,
project and it's just, you don't feel like, it's almost like you're standing over you watching by some point, because it's all just focus, which is good. I mean, it's dedication. That's why we're good at the things we're good at. But it's yeah, when it gets to a disconnect and you're like, okay, no, I need to just recalibrate almost, and like take a step
yeah.
back. But yeah, you're right though. Anything, whether it's dancing or anything physical, is always a good one to help kind of center. And even if it's just because you're clearing your mind, because now you don't have to think. Sometimes it feels like either my body can work or my brain, but not both at the same time, especially the older I get. So, talking about fun stuff, I always like to know. So, as humans, I think it's all we've all got those stories that something that has happened to us that we've told the story 1,000 times because it's something that's so fun or that we're proud of, whether it's someone you met or something hilarious. And we always tell a story, and then you eventually run out of people to tell the story to because you'll go to time, they'll be like, "I've already heard it." You're like, "Oh." Because there's nothing better than having a good story to tell, but there's nothing worse than having a good story to tell and nobody cares. So, what is something in your music career that is your one of your favorite things that whether it was something funny or if it was a terrible failure that was just it was glorious and it's something you always laugh about? What is your favorite story that you always like to tell and now you've got a whole new audience?
Well, one thing that meant the world to me is I've got that very band that no one knows, but I think the world of. I mean, every single person out there has that very band that they would defend to the rest of their lives. And mine is Factory 81. That is the my discovery of my teenage years. The band that recorded only 2 albums. One of them was with Universal Music. That I actually also released with, funnily. So we both had that very same experience of having to deal with a label and then leaving. And that very album is one of my favorite albums of all time that I have listened to endlessly. It's got everything that I need from music. It's got Phrygian. I always confuse the pronunciation. Phrygian dominant scale. That's something that I write all of my music in. It's got rap. It's got screams. It's got absolutely amazing, flowy, mesmerizing, magnetizing vocals, singing vocals. It's got the instrumentals, the toms. This is my favorite instrument in metal, toms. That also make me feel like I'm dancing and flowing through this music. Absolutely insanely beautiful guitars again in the same scale, and everything about it is just beautiful to me. And yeah, I've been listening to this album over and over again for ages. It was also my favorite. It is my favorite music to snowboard to. I'm a very avid snowboarder. So again, countless hours of listening to that album. And 3 years ago, I reached out to their guitarist asking the permission to make a cover of one of their songs, the song that I still perform almost at every gig, the cover song to their album. And not only he approved of that, he wrote a song together with me. That's another song that I perform at every single gig called Hot Dog. Obviously, given that that's not the most renowned band in the world, it's not huge for everyone who will be listening to this. But to me, to my inner child, to my inner teenager, that was like something that turned my life upside down and made me feel like, okay, I made it. I think by now I've already made it. Everything else after that is not as important as this. So yeah, I've done that very thing.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank
I've
you.
lucked out in the same way. Excuse me. There's been authors and filmmakers and musicians because I've done marketing and promoting for any type thing in the entertainment for 30 years, mostly for free, helping people out that I liked, being a fanboy and finding a way to help the people that I liked. And I've been able to become friends with some people that like I like my favorite filmmaker of all time. Some of my favorite artists, my favorite author used to write me into his books and stuff. So like it was, so I get that we're like to maybe like a small portion of people, but like when it's you, that's what's important anyways. I mean, if someone else
Yeah.
doesn't like the story, fuck them. It's not about them. You got to work with someone that is one of the reasons you do what you do. I
Yeah.
mean, how often do you get to do that? And it's I mean, people could be like, oh well, they're just a so and so. Maybe to you, but who cares? To me and all the fans of that person, that's really cool. And if nobody else likes it, I don't give a shit because it's something like I mean, that's someone that made you who you are musically and creatively, and then get to be able to create with them. In what planet does that get to happen? And nowadays, that's one good thing. If there's only one good thing about social media, is being able to make those connections. I mean, I'm talking with you today. I mean, a completely different side of the planet. And it's because of someone who I met through someone else. I mean, someone in South Korea is how I met FMA and 12 gauge. That's how I met you. I mean, it's insane. And it's all because of Instagram and shit like that. I mean, I'm not promoting social media. I mean, it's a great tool for marketing and it can be
I
used.
think I think it's actually really beautiful for all the creatives because that's the only way ever to avoid middlemen, especially labels. These
Mhm.
days, you can be a self-sufficient musician without having to put up with the terms, the absolutely devastating terms that a lot of labels impose on us. You can be self-sufficient, you can survive as an artist, and that's all because of social media. So yeah, there is lots of bad things about social media. There is lots of things that they reshaped, lots of ways that they reshaped the world in, that are extremely terrible. But there's also really big good things, right? Charity, for one. Charity is one thing that also thrives with social media, with the rise of social media more than it used to before. So I guess it's like society in general. You might shun society and you might want to be hiding in the woods because society is terrible, but then one day you realize that there is no one there to help you and there is no one to smile together with. So I think social media is exactly that. It's a representation of the society, of all that's good in us and all that's bad in us.
Yeah, that's a very good way of looking at it. Yeah, I don't use it much. Actually, I don't think I really use it at all for personal at all. For business, it's great. For business, it's an amazing tool because there is no marketing. It's all digital marketing now, and there's digital marketing is all social media. There's even big company corporations that don't even have websites anymore. It's all based on social media. So yeah, from a professional aspect, I love social media because it's an amazing networking tool. Personal side, I try to stay away from it. It's a great networking tool for sure, though. And if I mean it is useful for people who do have social anxiety and don't want to get out though. So yeah, there is really great things with it, especially if you use it properly and stay in the right side of social media
Yeah.
and are
Oh,
very so I like Facebook groups are fantastic. You're still going to have asshole trolls in there looking for trouble, but Facebook groups and stuff like that, social media communities are a really great tool for as well, whether it's promoting or it's struggles with mental health. There's quite a few online support groups that I hang out with people in there more than I do anybody in real life. So I guess I kind of jumped to it to say I don't like social media. I guess I do use it a little bit more than I think, but I guess that's again of trying to make the best out of a bad situation because
yeah.
that's how the way the world's turning. Try to find the useful side of it and try to stay away from the negative. All right. So you'd mentioned the album and when is that coming out? Let's give us some details about what you all got coming up.
So it's March 13th, and I mean it's all yours. What I like to say, every song is a different mental health issue, and they're all yours. So
That's
yeah,
that's
sorry, go on.
That's what I like. That's a good way of putting it. I'm really excited to hear this now. Is it going streaming March 13th? Are you doing any physical copies as well,
Oh
or?
yeah, I'm selling CDs. Already done a very very good job selling pre-orders, and yeah, they are available on my website as well as on every streaming platform.
And what is the website? You want to go ahead and plug that so we can get you some merch sales.
Yeah, it's n0trixx.com and zero tricks with double x.com.
All right, get over to n0trixx.com. Get yourself some merch because you don't understand merch is important.
Including these. These are the masks that I make myself with my own hands and tag them personally, engrave the tags on them, so something for people to look out for, I guess.
That's really cool. I like when I can get my music and my art and all of it in one place. So I love seeing artists like, I mean, just not like it's performance art, but you put so much into the physical representation of your music as well, whether it's your outfit or your lights or your backdrop. And it's really cool to see the whole. I'm an art nerd from like through and through for 50 years. I like seeing things that you're not going to find anywhere, everywhere else, or anywhere else for that matter. So, and you excel at that, and I like doing your own masks and stuff like that as well. It's really cool. As a marketing guy, that's awesome because I mean that's what fans want. They want to be able to connect with their artists, and having something that's handmade by them, that's absolutely incredible. And as a fan, I've got so much one-off merch stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whenever I see artists putting stuff up like that, I gotta get it. I'm absolute merch whore. I can't help it. I only own band T-shirts. I'm 50 and I don't own any shirt that's plain except button downs, and I can't help it. I love the stuff. I love supporting artists as well because that's where they make a lot of their money is the merch. So get to n0trixx.com and get some merch and help.
What are you wearing today?
Today I am wearing Big Fucking Skull. It's a punk band out of Minneapolis. It's one of my clients. They are absolutely awesome. Great band. Think of like kind of like a 90s style, like pogo punk version of the Misfits. Because it's horror punk, but a little more fun and less metal. And they're a lot of fun. But yeah, there's another one, Big Fucking Skull.
Good. We've
I'm
given a shout out to them.
I'm always the marketer. I'm always wearing whatever shirt, whatever I think is fitting and stuff like that. So
I'm wearing my child Slipknot
that's
children's version.
such that's such a great design. Well, in one of these, I got to figure out because I've had on a previous show I used to do, I had members of Guaron and Radioactive Chicken Heads, and it got me realizing that because I'm from the Midwest, so I know Slipknot. Actually, a friend of mine is related to them. It's the Midwest; everybody's related. But I want to do a study on the face coverings and fan base because the bands that have face coverings have the most rabid fan bases ever, it seems like.
I'm sorry, what is going on? Okay, we're back. Sorry.
There we go.
Uh, yeah,
But
the most rabid fan bases.
yeah, if you look at the bands that have wear masks or face paint, they have the craziest fan bases, whether it's Slipknot or Insane Clown Posse or Kiss or Guar or Green Jelly. Like it always seems bands that cover their fans just seem to be more into it. Because look at all those bands, like their fans are hardcore. And I don't know why. Maybe it's that whole mystique, even though you know who they are. And while some bands do a real good job of hiding their real personas, but is it just because we want some mystery? But I've always noticed that. Have you noticed doing the mask? Does that seem to help? Because there's kind of a mystery to it.
Well, there is a additional layer because all the bands that you just listed, they're all male bands. Here we're dealing with an additional layer where I already would have to deal with special situations as a female artist. So there already are people who make me feel not very comfortable, to say the least. I'm not sure if that is amplified by me wearing a mask or not. Probably is. Obviously, there's all sorts of things being said. Like one of my latest favorites was, "Am I the only one who thinks that they're hiding their face behind a mask because that's actually a guy?" Let that sink in. I'm not exactly sure. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. What is
It's
going
all right.
on? Um, please be back. I don't know what is going on. Yeah, we're back. Sorry, I don't know.
No.
So yeah, I don't know exactly what they were trying to say by that. I don't know exactly how my facial features would be any informative of who I am, if you already can see. But anyway, so there are weird situations. What I can say, I think the outstanding feature that is dramatically different with my project compared to others is the mental health aspect of it. That's where I definitely know that there is a massive difference between my project and others, other music projects out there, because people feel really connected to me because of how I share my struggles. That is something that is absolutely obvious from how people talk to me, from how they relate to what I do, which is something that I am absolutely feeling blessed with, and I cherish every single moment, because that's essentially, going back to your question about why I'm doing this and how my career started, that's exactly why I'm doing this. So I have been doing the right job and getting to exactly the place where I want to be, with my fan base being closer to me than it usually would be. Would there be any setbacks, like any disadvantages to it, like when I get stalked and stuff like that? Probably would be, but everything has its cost, so I know that it's just life, and we'll just see when we get there.
Yeah, no, like you were saying though, and I keep saying excel at. It's not like it's you're trying to excel at something. I appreciate the effort and how much of yourself you put into your music, because like you said, people come to you because people are able to relate to it, and you're be able to say stuff and explain things to people who are having the same struggles, and maybe they didn't have the words. And so I mean, people are connecting, and what you're doing it is important. And I just want to tell you, I appreciate what you do, and I know a lot of other people do. And when those haters and assholes are out there saying shit about whatever, it doesn't, I know it's easy to say they don't matter, but they're not who it's for anyways, so fuck them. And I appreciate what you do. I think it's absolutely awesome, especially being just a one woman machine. It's absolutely, if you, the first time I heard the tracks, I was like, that's a great band. Oh boy, was I fucking wrong. Ain't a band, it's just you. I mean, that's just, I don't know how you do it. I mean, I do, because I get to watch you put so much out there on social media showing how you do this stuff. It's really cool. And it's just amazing to be able to put out the quality of music with such a full sound with just one person. So kudos to you. And like I said, thank you. I think what you do is important.
Thank you so much. It really means a lot coming from you.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you for watching the very first episode of The Intersection. Please thank n0trixx. Get over to her website and get yourself some merch. Pick up the new album. It will already be out by now. What is the new album titled?
It's called A Catalogue of Madness and Melancholia.
Oh, fantastic title. I love it. That is great. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. Click that like, subscribe, and share. Give me some feedback. I always want to know what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. And this carries over everywhere. As always, please have fun and be nice to each other, because if you're not, there's no fucking point. We'll see you later.
I second that.